The hidden door in the sunlight. Richard's journey to the fairy realm. Once upon a time in a quiet village, lived a curious young boy named Richard. His life was mostly ordinary, full of schoolwork and chores, except for one thing. He always felt drawn to the golden rays of the setting sun that shone through the old oak tree in his backyard. One fateful day, as the sun was setting, Richard noticed something unusual. A door, shimmering and almost invisible, appeared in the golden sunlight between the oak's large roots. Feeling an indescribable pull, Richard hesitated for just a moment before stepping through. As he crossed the threshold, he found himself in a magical world, far beyond his wildest imaginations. The sky was painted in shades of twilight, and stars twinkled brighter than he had ever seen. Here, in this enchanting realm, he met Isabella, the fairy queen. "Welcome, Richard," she greeted him warmly. "You're a special child. The door only appears to those with pure hearts and curious minds." Isabella told Richard that the fairy realm was in danger. A dark shadow had been stealing the light from their world, turning it dim and lifeless. "We believe only a human with a pure heart can retrieve our stolen light," she said. Moved by her words, Richard agreed to help. Armed with a magical staff that could capture and release light, he set off on a quest to defeat the shadow beasts that had trapped the light in a crystal cavern. The journey was filled with perils and challenges. He crossed the whispering woods where trees told secrets, traversed the singing sands that guided him with musical notes, and climbed the starlight mountains, where each peak touched a different star. Finally, Richard reached the crystal cavern, guarded by the fearsome shadow beast. The beast growled, its eyes two voids of utter darkness. Summoning all his courage, Richard aimed the staff and activated its magic. A beam of light shot out, piercing through the darkness, weakening the shadow beast. The creature roared and vanished, leaving behind the trapped light. Richard used his staff to release it. Instantly, the fairy realm was bathed in a warm, radiant glow. Returning as a hero, Richard was celebrated for his bravery and kindness. Isabella granted him an honorary title, Guardian of Light, and offered him the chance to visit the fairy realm whenever he wished. "Although I would love to stay, my family would miss me. But I promise to visit," said Richard, and stepped back through the magical door, which closed behind him. Back in his world, no time had passed at all. Everything looked the same, but Richard felt changed. He had seen a world beyond his own, had made a difference, and most importantly, had made a friend in another realm. As days turned into years, Richard occasionally visited his fairy friends, each visit an epic tale on its own. Though he grew up, he never lost his sense of wonder and always cherished his magical experiences, sharing stories with all who would listen. Richard had learned a valuable lesson: sometimes the most extraordinary adventures are hidden in the most ordinary places. All it takes to discover them is a little bit of sunlight and a whole lot of courage. So every evening, as the sun would set, casting its golden rays through the old oak tree, Richard would smile, his eyes twinkling like the stars in a far-off magical realm, reminding him of the endless possibilities that lay just a door away. And so, in stories and in life, the sun continued to set and rise, and the hidden door in the sunlight remained a symbol of endless possibilities, forever igniting the imaginations of those lucky enough to find it. The end. The story is over. Thanks for watching. The second story, The Starry Connection. Richard and the light from another world. Every night, Richard would look out of his bedroom window at the vast, starry sky. There was one star that seemed to shine brighter than the rest. Richard felt an inexplicable connection to it, almost like a friendship with someone he had never met. One evening, while gazing at his favorite star, something extraordinary happened. The star twinkled in a pattern that looked like Morse code. Richard quickly jotted down the pattern and translated it. The message read, "Hello, I am Isabella." Richard was shocked but also incredibly curious. Using his computer and some creative coding, he managed to send a laser signal back to the star, spelling out, "Hi, I'm Richard. Are you really out there?" The star twinkled again, forming another message. "Yes, Richard. My planet orbits this star. We've developed technology to communicate through starlight. I've always felt a connection to Earth. Is that where you are?" Overjoyed and amazed, Richard replied affirmatively. Thus began a beautiful friendship between two children from different worlds, communicated through twinkling starlight. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Richard and Isabella continued to converse. Richard learned about Isabella's planet, called Luminera, where everyone could manipulate light in various forms. In return, Isabella became enamored with Richard's descriptions of Earth, its diverse cultures, and natural wonders. Soon, Richard started to feel a sense of longing. He wished to meet Isabella in person, to see the world she described, and to share his world with her too. Miraculously, one night, Isabella's star shone exceptionally bright, forming the words, "We might make that possible." Isabella explained that her planet had developed a spacecraft capable of light-speed travel. But the fuel required was a special crystal only found on Earth. Known as the heart of the sky, it was rumored to be in a cave atop the highest mountain near Richard's town. Determined, Richard embarked on an adventurous journey. The path was filled with trials and obstacles, but Richard pushed through, his friendship with Isabella fueling his determination. Finally, he found the cave and the heart of the sky crystal glowing with a gentle light. He sent a message to Isabella, who replied with joy and instructions on where to place the crystal for her spacecraft to locate. Within days, a radiant beam of light descended from the night sky, and a small spacecraft appeared before Richard. As the door opened, Richard was amazed to see Isabella, who looked like any human but had an ethereal glow about her. They hugged like lifelong friends meeting after years apart. Isabella's short stay on Earth was magical. Richard showed her around his town, introduced her to earthly foods, and they even had a picnic under the Earth Star, as Isabella called the sun. Soon, it was time for Isabella to leave, but the friends promised to continue their starry conversations and dreamed of the day they would meet again. As they grew older, Richard became an astrophysicist, always a little closer to the stars, while Isabella became a light master on her planet, continually pushing the boundaries of what light could do. Though galaxies apart, their friendship remained strong, shining as a testament to the incredible connections that can occur when one looks up at the sky and dares to dream beyond the stars. The end. The story is over. Thank